Good late evening, everyone. As many of you know, today for XRP, a fair market value report was put out. It's a 2-year study. And all across YouTube, all you have to do is type in XRP, and every single headline is going to come up, and it's going to say XRP's fair market price is actually 3,500 to 22,000. Yes, on the surface, that's exactly what it looks like. But when you read through this and you actually break it down, see, I did due diligence. I didn't just come out and do an update like I could have this afternoon and talk about it. I didn't talk about it in the live because I wanted to debunk or debrief myself, or at least brief myself and then debrief myself of what I was actually reading so that I could give you the proper information. I read a very important quote, and I'm going to share it with each and every one of you from within this. I'll share an article that talks about it, but then I'm also going to share you a key quote, what she actually said, the one who ran this 2-year study. She said, the price of 3,500 to 22,000 does not dictate future prices, but instead, if the SEC wouldn't have interjected, that would have been the price today. So everybody's saying the future price of XRP is now pinged at 3,500 to 22,000. That is actually factually incorrect. She never actually stated that. Her exact words, or at least close to it, was that XRP's fair market value today would have been $3,500 to $22,000 had the SEC have not interjected. This does not dictate future prices, but instead the price had the SEC have not interjected or interfered in any way. But now, because of the lack of institutions that were able to invest, all these different exchanges, think about it in the USA, that were afraid to list XRP or delisted it. All the institutional investors, the businesses and anybody who was going to use this technology that was afraid to now use it, caused us to not have this overwhelming pump, or overwhelming build up into the 4 figures or 5 figures potentially. So this is why it's very important to understand who you're watching and make sure that the most important part of who you're watching is the integrity and ethics. The reason why I'm so thorough is because I know each and every one of you have to spend your hard-earned money to get into the crypto, to use this as a way of, we're investing. But in order to invest, you have to have the proper information. And the number one thing I'm going to continue to tell you is I'm not going to sell you FUD just to grow my audience. Do I desire to have a 6-figure audience? Possibly one day if it's meant to be, but right now I'm more than content with the audience I have. I believe the message can get out. And I believe together we can do something incredible. We've got to be honest with ourselves. We can want to think XRP is going to 3,500 or 22K, but that is not what was said. So we're going to get into the update. Make sure you hit that like button and just consider what I'm saying and what you're going to see in this update. And please, if there was ever one to hit that like button and share, please share this update, because this is going to save somebody just not only the heartache, but possibly their portfolio tonight. Good evening, 11:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, June 8th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So we're just going to go right into it. Make sure you hit that like button, and please consider joining Tom's Army. It would be my greatest honor to have you a part of this journey. If you're part of Tom's Army, you'll be able to get into the Telegram so we can start. I've kicked a lot of people out. I want to start this and have everybody on the same page. And if you want to talk deeper and you want to have a deeper understanding, talk in the Telegram so we can talk more one-on-one. But going into this, the extensive analysis shows XRP fair market value ranges from 3,500 to 22,000. And this is all the headlines. Every single person, if you look on YouTube, there's not one person I could come across that's going to show you the take I'm going to show you. So I did my due diligence. I can assure you that this is well vetted. XRP is the biggest victim of the multi-year Ripple versus SEC litigation, leading experts to believe the price should be much higher than it is now. So I want to give you a backstory of what's going on. So Molly Elmore, so I couldn't have been more wrong about her name in the opening. Jimmy, so she's the one who did this, but anyhow, Jimmy Valley, MD at Valley Val Hill Capital, and Molly Elmore, Fellow Capitals, Blockchain Businesses CMO, recently published a comprehensive 2-year research white paper. The study aimed to ascertain the fair market valuation of XRP, revealing that its fair value spans from $3,500 to $22K. So she shared it on her Twitter, but this is all of the, so 6 models. So the white paper is the product of an evaluation of XRP's true worth using 6 models, namely Pipeline Flow Model, Athley and Michnik Model, 99-year Golden Eagle Model, Discounted Cash Flow Model, Collateralization Model, Quantum Liquidity Model. The study also aims to expose the damaging effects of the SEC lawsuit. Included in the research are variables such as global transaction volume, daily transaction volume, XRP circulating supply, XRP transactions per second, etc. So then we got the model, global transaction volume, blah, blah, blah. You can see this, yada, yada, yada. Beautiful XRP circulating supply all the way through the XRPL, yada, yada, yada. So then it says following the U.S., and we already know what happened. We already know what happened with the XRP lawsuit, but this is what we need to get into. So to further explore this notion, Velo Capital formed a confidential committee in late 2022, a smaller valuation committee comprising quantitative and financial valuations experts was established. Over several months, the valuation committee developed 6 different valuation models to determine XRP's fair market value. Fair market value refers to the estimated value of an asset based on various factors, including market conditions, supply and demand, and other relevant considerations. It differs from market value, which is the current price of the asset in the market. Notably, the market value is typically affected by external factors such as favorable or unfavorable news. Elmore clarified that the estimates from the 6 models, ready? Elmore, she's one of the 2 that were part of this 2-year. They came up with this. Elmore clarified, and everybody needs to pay attention to this, please, and share this to somebody. Elmore clarified that the estimates from the 6 models were not future price forecasts for XRP, but rather assumptions of what the asset's price would have been if the SEC lawsuit had not occurred. This is purely if it would not have occurred, and it doesn't have anything to do with future prices. Once again, Elmore clarified that the estimates from the 6 models were not future price forecasts for XRP, but rather assumptions of what the asset's price would have been if the SEC lawsuit had not occurred. That's a very big difference from saying the current market value today will be $3,500 to $22K if there wasn't a lawsuit going on right now. That's saying we don't know what it's going to be today, but that's what it would have been today had this have not happened and the SEC wouldn't have interjected. The results of the valuation model shows that, excluding outliers, XRP's fair value ranges from $3,500 to $22K. The lowest value is a 668.604% increase for XRP's current price, while the highest is 4,203.186%. Or what is that? 4 million. So XRP's valuation model comparison, and then it shows it, and it just shows the fair market value ranges. So the most significant driver of price is the ratio between utility for transactions for store of value. The extreme scenarios, and then you can read through that. But this is what it showed. So this result underscores the significant impact of the SEC lawsuit, as numerous institutions that could have potentially utilized XRP had to refrain from doing so, mitigate legal risk. However, it is crucial to acknowledge that these estimates are subject to differing blah, 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 blah. So I wanted to share that. I felt it was my obligation to at least touch on this. Not going to get in the charts or anything. You can watch the live or the previous updates to know exactly where we're going. If you're looking to trade XRP or your favorite crypto, make sure you look in the video description below and or pinned comments. You got Mexi and or BitGet, no spot fees on the buy and sell, and futures trade up to 250x. If you want to send a donation, if you want to join Tom's Army, get into the Telegram so that we can all start talking. We all need to build a collective unit. That's in the video description below and or pinned comments. So I really appreciate everybody tuning in. Consider what I've said, and don't let a lot of the misinformation out there, even though it's partially correct, it's oftentimes disguised so that you'll follow, so that you'll, hear something you want to hear. So one thing I will promise you is I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it before I even bring it up to you. I may not be the first one to put it out, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to be the one to put it out correctly.